Hello and welcome to FinTech in Focus from the London Stock Exchange in partnership with Endeavour. I'm James Monroe, and in this series I'm talking to founders about their companies, the ideas behind them, how they've grown them, and their hopes for the future. So I'm delighted to be joined now by Yoshi Yokokawa, the CEO of Alpaca, which is a global leader in brokerage infrastructure and tokenization. And I think the idea behind this for you was to create a brokerage built by developers for developers. So just explain a little bit about that.
It really comes back to what we want to achieve as a company. So like our mission of the company is open financial services access to everyone on the planet. We're talking about 8.5 billion people on the planet. And what we realize is that in order to get to 8.5 billion people on the planet, the fastest way, the most optimal way to get there is being infrastructure instead of creating one product that goes directly to those people. So our vision is build the best developer infrastructure for investing.
And you talk about 8.5 billion people. The point is you have such a wide range of potential clients, from solo investors right to large financial institutions. So how do you manage to provide this development, this item that can work for all of them?
I think like you bring out a great point. Like it's about the size of the businesses that use our product. And in addition to that, there are so many different cultures and countries and languages as well. We have to deal with so much different types of the customer base of our product. But what we know though is that our brokerage infrastructure is really for the developers. So which means that developers universal in a way. Those developers can be solo developer in the garage, like Steve Jobs used to be, or developer team hired by the huge enterprise financial institution banks in some country. They end up to continue to use our API to implement the features into their products. So in a way, our product can be extremely common and standardized, but how we of course interact as a company to company is a very different relationships.
And with your product, very little is outsourced. Just give us a sense of the things that you do internally, which many other fintechs would look to outsource, and why you think it's so important to have the tech stack.
Yes, we are extremely heavy licensed financial institutions ourselves. We are custodian ourselves. We are SEC, FINRA licensed, DTCC member, and we do all the books and records, full ledger system by ourselves, and even the executions and everything. The reason why we do that also comes back to our company mission and vision. So our vision is build the best developer infrastructure. In order to create the developer experience that's really good, we had to internalize everything. Otherwise, API won't be as flexible what the developers are wanting. The objective is to build the best developer infrastructure. Hence, it forced us to internalize a lot of things internally.
And we talked a little bit earlier, I mentioned the element of tokenization, which has promised to collapse the boundary between traditional and on-chain finance for many years. What do you think Alpaca has to get right in order to be that infrastructure which will enable this shift?
I think, the on-chain financial system, I see it is a big shift. For example, that we saw from 1970s to today, 2020s, is from paper operations to the computerized operations. And what we're seeing is computerized operation moving on chain. So we see that it's a kind of gravity that will happen eventually. But what we have to understand and embrace is that it doesn't happen out of the thin air. It's always anchored to what's happening right now. So I think, as you said, tokenization really the bridge to make sure that this current TradFi is connecting to the on-chain. So in order for us to be the leader, we are thinking about three things. One is that we have to be very innovative leader in the on-chain what's happening right now in just crypto itself. The second thing is a bridge, which is basically a lot of stable coin, making sure that we're connected to multiple chains and all those things. And the third is that how heavy, deep as we can be in the TradFi. And I think this is really the key. In order to be the leader to the next phase of the innovation, we firstly need to anchor heavily in what's happening right now. And, we're in a good position. We are, very much deepest layer with the DTCC member and everything. So that's how we think about it.
So you're very confident, very excited about the future.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because I think this is the once in a literally lifetime, right? This kind of shift of the financial services change doesn't happen often. And we are very fortunate to be in this position right now.
Yoshi, thank you. And on behalf of the London Stock Exchange and Endeavour, thanks very much indeed for being part of FinTech in Focus. And to you also, thank you for watching, and goodbye.